Welcome to my home full motion DCS setup. On today's video, I'm going to show you what this thing is like to use, how you can build your own one, and then we're going to go for a flight on what is genuinely one of my first experiences of playing DCS. What could possibly go wrong? Welcome to the DCS dock, and this is my home flight simulator. Why did I decide to do this without actually having played DCS? Well, I do flight simulation in the commercial space and I like having a cool setup. So I spoke to WinWing and said, look, can we deck this thing out to make it amazing? And they said yes. Today I'm going to go through the whole setup and then we're going to just try and do a takeoff and a landing, and hopefully we can work on it from there to the point where we're dogfighting, doing carry ops and that kind of stuff. But anyway, without further ado, let's get out of this thing because it is absolutely boiling. And let's have a little look around, shall we? First things first, let's talk about the rig that this thing is all underpinned by. It's the SimLab P1x Pro. And if you want to make your own one of these, any rig will do, but the SimLab's pretty good. Secondly, we've got a GT Omega seat, which I like because it's comfortable and it does the job very well. Moving on from there, let's talk about the hardware. First of all, I've got a PC here, which is a 4080 Super build, and it is an absolute beast. We've got a 48-inch Asus PG48 UQ monitor, which is absolutely fantastic. It's an OLED display, meaning you get absolutely crisp visuals, which is really important when you're trying to splash some bogeys. I don't know what I'm talking about. Next, we've got the actual flight peripheral. Let's start with the joystick. We have got the WinWing amazing HOTAS Orion 2, which is a fabulous piece of kit. Feels really good to use. I still don't really know what all of these buttons do because I'm a noob when it comes to military flight sims, but it is an awesome piece of gear. Moving on, we've got these amazing Skywalker WinWing, I think they're called Orion 2 rudder pedals, and they look absolutely stunning. It's got this damped rudder action, which feels great to use, and the braking action is wonderful. Moving on to the throttle, and this is the HOTAS Orion 2, which is a fabulous bit of kit, which has got all the stuff you need: wing folding, launch bar, you know, landing on the carrier hooks, your flaps and all that good stuff. And it's complemented by this, which is the PTO2, which is the preparation for takeoff 2. And it's got essentially a lot of the stuff that's on here is doubled up on here, but you get extra stuff like your jettison stations for your stores. In fact, those are turning on, which you can jettison there, your anti-skid, a nice gear thing, your master caution, and yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. Now, the star of the show is this. This is the WinWing Top Gun MIP. Essentially, it's got all the bits you need to replicate that F-18 cockpit. And doesn't it look absolutely stunning? Certainly adds to the realism. As you can see, there is what you can see there. Now, when you're actually sat in the cockpit, looking directly at these things, you can twizzle these, change the brightness. Okay, that's just gone now. Now, as is often the case, the star of the show, the one that makes people look and look twice, is the motion system. I'm using the Qubic QS210 3 degree of freedom motion system. What that means is it goes up and down, which is heave, it tips forward and backwards, which is pitch, and then it goes side to side, which is roll, which I think is the minimum required for a very immersive experience. The latest absolutely wonderful toy I've got on here is the Qubic BT1 belt tensioner device. This is a device that essentially has an active motor that controls the seat belt, which gives you feelings of G-force, deceleration, acceleration, and when paired with this whole setup, just finishes it off beautifully. And apparently they can replicate 9 Gs of pulling force on here. Now, I've tried it briefly and it has very much crushed me in that kind of sense. So we'll see what it's like when we actually go for a flight. First of all, let me tell you guys, I genuinely have not really played DCS before. I probably logged about an hour of time before this video was shot. So let me tell you, I am a noob. I want you to let me know what you want me to do, what you want me to see, and things I should learn. I'm going to try and learn the F-18 in and out perfectly so we can do some amazing, fun videos. Now, without further ado, let's get in the cockpit and let's get suited up. In fact, I'm not going to suit up because it's too hot. And let's go for a flight. We're just going to start with everything running, do a takeoff, do some maneuvers, come into land, and hopefully without breaking the landing gear. Let's go. Okie dokie, let's get ourselves started. I'm sure no real fighter pilot ever said okie dokie. Anyway, we are in the F-18 in DCS. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what I'm doing, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna taxi, we're gonna take off, we're gonna do some maneuvers, and then we're gonna come in and land, and we're gonna hopefully land without breaking the undercarriage, without crashing before we land, and hopefully we'll come to a nice full stop. And that will sum up our first experience of DCS. Our flight controls are free. We got right rudder, left rudder, that's working as it should. Parking brake is off, and we'll get our flaps down to half. Let's advance the throttle. Oh, dig. Oh, what am I doing? Flying about my seatbelts. Let's get our seatbelts on as we slowly creep forward. So, I've set this to high, these G belts, and you'll probably be able to see them working just now. But let's go. So a bit of throttle, and we are taxiing. This is so different to like an Airbus or whatever. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay. I think you can use the high steering. I think that's actually just meant to be on when you're on an aircraft carrier, but we'll just try our best to get around here. Okay, give ourselves a bit of space. Oh, this thing is shaking around. I haven't really optimized the motion system for this game, so hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me in the ass, but we'll see. So how hard could this be? Just, you know, watch a few tutorials, slam the throttle forward, and then take off. This has got gates in the throttle, so you can actually like go through the afterburner gate. So, meal power. That's meal power. And then we've got afterburners. And we've lit up the afterburners. This thing is shaking around. The tarmac, I can really feel it. Man, I need to re-tarmac this runway. And we are off. We're off the ground. Let's get the gear up. You can see the flashing in the red thing there, which is awesome. And we're going to aim for about 300 knots. And we'll come back to meal power. Like so. That is perfect. Cool. Wow. And we are airborne. We can just do a left and a right. And you can see the belt straps tightening. You know what? Let's get really airborne now. Let's go full afterburner, and we're gonna pull back, and let's see if we can experience 9G. All right, we'll get to about 500 knots, and then pull back. Oh, that is tight. Yeah, the pilots do it. Wow, that is okay. All right, there's the runway. Let's just come down. Let's rotate level, and we'll just give the guys a bit of a low pass, because this is obviously just a crazy guy who's got in his hands on a F-18. So, okay, let's hopefully not hit the ground, and we'll just gently bring it up like so. And I can feel the belts tightening. Oh, that is seriously impressive. And we'll just roll inverted. Excellent. And then we'll just try and do a little turn. Oh my god, that is so tight. Okay, that's actually too much. That's not even funny. This is dangerous. I wonder what this is like without the motion. We'll try that on another episode. Let's get up into the sky. Let's just see what it's like to fire off the guns, what the feedback is like in this sim. We will air to air. How do I, oh, there we go. So we get to our gun and let's fire. The whole thing vibrates. The whole thing vibrates. This is crazy. Yeah. Okay, right. Where is the airport? Oh, we're stalling, so the whole thing's shaking. What if I just pull into an accelerated stall? Yeah, that's vibrating like hell. Okay, we are stalling. Can I put it into a spin? Okay, nope. Let's find the runway and let's just join the pattern. Let's try for a landing. Because I think that this is way too tight and I don't want to break my shoulders. Where's the runway? In fact, I've got a map in front of me. I forget about that. Let's have a look down here. And let's do a nice low pass. Oh, this is sketchy. I can see my shadow. This is scary. Like, how low can we go? Okay. Really low. Ooh. Hopefully we can miss those trees as we go up, and then we can bring ourselves right up to bleed off some speed. What the hell am I doing? You can tell I've been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hey, we will just appreciate the stunningness in this game. It actually looks pretty good, and it runs all these screens really well. There's no lag whatsoever. It feels just precise, and setting it up was a doddle. Now, the difficulty with this stuff is that there are a lot of wires, like a lot of wires. And got our designator playing around there with our hands. A lot of wires in this, which means that you need to be patient, because if you're not, you're going to find yourself getting very frustrated very easily. We'll turn base leg, and when we get to 250 knots, we will drop the gear and the flaps. Let's bring the throttle down a bit. Okay, under 250, gears coming down. And we're just going to lose a little bit of height there, because I know in the F-18 and fighter jets you've got the angle of attack monitor for when you're coming into land. And we're going to aim for about 150, 160 for our approach speed, so we don't end up smashing into the deck, which we will be doing a carrier up soon, and we can definitely try and smash into some decks there. But for now, let's actually try and land this properly. So there we go, and we are on our angle just like that. That is good. All right, let's just bring the nose up a bit more power to increase our AOA. There we go, a bit more power, bit more power, bit more power. And we are where we need to be. I think we're on speed. This is good. And we've got our aiming point there, which is the landing markers. Touchdown marker, a bit more power, bit more power, bit more power. We're losing our AOA. Drop the nose down a bit. Let's just drop that down a bit. Down a bit. There we go. Okay, beautiful. That's 5 degrees down though. We want to be like more like 3 degrees, but that's okay. We're going to need a mighty flare here because I don't want to break my back. Okay, and there we go. Flaring, flaring, flaring. Oh no, too much flare. Oh no. Okay, fine. Go around. Oh, that is frustrating. Let's just go around rather than... This motion system is very powerful, and I ain't going to break something. And flaps auto, and let's just bring ourselves round for another attempt. That was a good try though, but just over-flared it a little bit. There's a reason why they just settle it down then. Fine. Alright. And let's just come out of afterburner. We don't need that much force. There we go. Slowing down nicely. Woo! Let's just do a roll. Why not? The flight dynamics in DCS compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator, well, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is a lot better. I think it's getting more close to DCS X-Plane physics with the latest update. Anyway, let's get round and let's turn in again. We'll just use a little bit of speed brake on the hand there to slow us down. I have learnt a few things, and you can feel this giving you a bit of power, sorry, because it's that deceleration. We are at 250, gears coming down. Really need track IO with this kind of thing, because it makes a huge difference when it comes to actually like flying, turning your head, looking around, and I should get that very soon. Just slowing down there, bring the nose below the horizon, bring more throttle in. We're getting slow, more throttle, because that is not where we want to land. That's not our aiming point. More throttle, more throttle. There we go. I think there's a slight crosswind, so we're like far from our optimal descent rate here. Because I've already knackered that, and unless I want to end up going off the runway, we're just going to have a steeper rate or degree of descent, angle of descent should we say. Okay, let's just bring that down a bit, bring the throttle down. Okay, at least we got the AOA right, so that's okay. But it's even steeper than last time. Let's just bring that AOA a little bit up there. There we go. Okay, it's crunch time. Oh god, that was... Oh, I don't like the way that's vibrating. That tells me that I think I broke something. Oh dear. Okay, brakes, 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 brakes. Speed brakes, speed brakes. Oh my god. Speed brakes. Okay. Okay. We are sliding all over the place. Oh jeez. Okay. And we have slowed down. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, leave a comment down below, follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Till next time, see you later.